And let me go ahead and share my screen. Start the broadcast. Okay. Check here. Okay. Okay, so the stream is looking healthy. I've got my confirmation that things are displaying properly. All right, welcome, gentlemen. We are like in the home stretch. You're only required to meet with me 3 more sessions today and then next week on Monday and Wednesday, right? So let's start off with the brief synopsis of the schedule remaining for the semester. So we have 3 sessions, like I was saying. So my idea was, in preparation for the final, let's take each day to review as much of each exam as we can. So today we'll go through as much of exam 1 together as we can, and I'll try to pull on as many concepts together as possible. So what I've been doing, since I have 4 sections of College Algebra 1, I did as many questions as I could with my 9 a.m., right? And we only made it through about 4 questions. Then with my 2 p.m., I think we made it through like 2 questions, and I got one of them. I mean, it's still a lot of valuable content, but I got one of them wrong. So it's like you'd have to. What we had was correct. I just interpreted things wrong, but it was still good. It was still good information. So let me see. 4 and 2 is 6. So with you guys, I don't know why I can't get this out, but I'll start on question 7 today. And so the idea is that if you watch the sessions from basically my 9 a.m., my 2 p.m., 3, and my 4 p.m., you'll get as much of exam 1 as possible, versus if I just started at the beginning, then it was kind of being like the same questions over and over. So I was like, okay, let me try to get different parts of the exam with different groups, so that way if they work together or just view each other's sessions, then you get a better overview of the content. And the idea is that I'm using the questions as like a springboard to kind of expand on certain concepts, right? So as we kind of engage certain questions, if it makes me think of things I feel like you need to know, I'll just try to list them out. Okay, so today, again, we're going to go through as many questions from exam 1 together as we can. We're not going to meet on Wednesday. I think the school is only open half a day. The school closes at noon on Wednesday, but, we meet at 3. So obviously, you're not obligated to meet. Enjoy your holiday, enjoy your break. You want to maximize, my recommendation, may I encourage you to maximize the time with your loved ones, right? Get some rest, get your things in order. I'm as I'm walking through my journey, man, everything is like changing. Like elders that I've known, friends that I've had, students that I've had, 1 minute, we're laughing, playing, fighting, just, living life. And then the next minute, it's like they just disappear. People are dying, like people are leaving this place. So, that quality time is important. Whatever time you have to tell people that you care about, tell them that you love them, spend time with them, because you'll blink your eye, the next thing you know, they're gone. You know what I mean? It's so ephemeral. It's like, man, we're just like ghosts and whispers. Like I had this entire lifetime, I've known this person, and then they're just gone just like that. I'm like, wow. So when you have an experience like that, it just kind of puts things into perspective, and it's like it don't even make sense to like get upset about certain things that we get upset about. It's like, it's not worth it, once you realize how fleeting and ephemeral the time that we have together is, right? So enjoy your holiday, and then when we come back next week, again, we meet on that Monday and that Wednesday. So that Wednesday, November 30th, is the last official day of class, right? That's the last time that I'm going to take attendance, all right? So we'll meet on next Wednesday. We'll go through as much of exam 3 together as we can. That Thursday and Friday, which is December 1st and 2nd, that's usually the reading period. So you shouldn't be meeting in any of your classes. Like, that's a time for you to be preparing for your finals. Hopefully with our class, you've positioned yourself where all you need to be doing is taking the final, right? So I think I scheduled for the final exam to become available on that Sunday, December 4th at 11:11 a.m. and is due the following Friday, December 9th at 11:59 p.m. So during the week of finals, I'm not taking attendance at that time. So you're not obligated to be there. but I'm more than likely I'm going to make myself available on that Monday and that Wednesday during class time. I'll probably be on Zoom almost all day, but specifically during class times, I'm more than likely to be gaming, but I'm just making myself available. So again, you're not obligated to attend. It's just if you have any questions or if you need some final help, I'll be, you know how to reach me, right? So I'll be here. My intent is to be here on that Monday and Wednesday during class time, right? So then after that, I'll be waiting until that Saturday. Once that Saturday hits, I'm going to pull the grades and calculate final grades. Okay. So the next statement is across the board for everybody, no matter what position you're in. If you're like at the bottom and you're trying to improve your score, if you're in any position and you're trying to improve your score, my recommendation is to prioritize your exams as they count for nearly 80% of your overall grade. That's where you're going to get the most bang for your bucks. The last thing you want to prioritize is the homework, where that's going to be a lot of work for minimal points. So you're not really going to see your grade move a lot trying to do all that homework. I don't want you stressing about the homework. You definitely want to prioritize the old exams. The idea or the goal is when you submit your final exam, that should be it. You shouldn't be trying to work on things after you submit the final. The usual rules of engagement for the final: unlimited attempts. The system is set to take your highest score. There is no late penalty because I'm not accepting. You can't submit the final late because it locks out on that Friday. And I think that is the meat and potatoes of everything. That's the core of everything. Okay. All right. So let me get this student. All right. So I'll go ahead. Let me see. So my first class, I did 4 questions. My second one, I did 2. I'll go ahead and start on question 7 from exam 1 for you guys. Let's just do exam 7. Question 7. Maybe, okay, here, let's close this out. Courses. 3 p.m. is this one. Allow. And let's just start on question 7. Continue. Start the test. Okay, we'll start here. I'm assuming the stream is working. Hopefully it's not frozen. I think it's okay. I just probably got to give it some time. We'll start here. Okay, that's fine. I think it's working. I'm gonna leave it be. So we're asked to find the slope of the line if it exists. All right, so slope is the rise over run, which is the change in y over change in x. So y went from 3 to -2. So that's -5 and 2. So the slope is -5 over 2. So I'm just going to submit that result. -5 over 2. Okay. What's the time? Let me do one more. Find an equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the given point and has the slope m. Also sketch the graph of the line by locating the second point with the rise and the run method. Okay. So y equals mx plus b. Okay. So our slope here, I'm gonna do parentheses. We got a -6 over 5. Okay. So now our x is what, 5? So I'm gonna say times 5. Times 5. We don't know what b is, so I'm just going to put it as plus b, and it should equal, our y value is 2, okay? So if we wanted to solve for b, notice the 5s will cancel out, all right? So this 5 would cancel this 5. We would just have -6 there, okay? So then if we add 6 to both sides, we get b equals 8, right? If we add 6 to both sides, we get b equals 8. So then we get -6 over 5x plus 8. Okay. So notice we have our slope of -6 by 5. notice when x is 5, y is 2, right? So that's fine. So then we're going to click to enlarge. I'm going to do this. The y-intercept is 8. I'm just going to plot 2 points and move them after the fact to the right place. So the y-intercept, and look, I can edit it, but it's fine there. And then we just need another point. So the slope tells us to go down 6 and right 5. So that point should be 2, 2,5. So I'm going to just type edit. And I want this to be a 2. And I want this one to be 5. Okay. I'm gonna hit the X. That is not 2,5. All right, let's edit the coordinates again. Let's try that one more time. 2 and 5. Let's hit submit this time. Oh, sorry. The Y value is 2 and the X is 5. Okay. So it needs to be 5, 2. I got it backwards. Totally needs to be 5. This one needs to be 2. Okay, that's better. Submit. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna hit save. And I think that's it for that one. Okay, let me check on you guys in Zoom. Okay, we got more. Yes, the final, just like the other exams. Yeah, just like the other exams. So maybe you guys can't see my screen because it doesn't look like it's loading. This thing is so temperamental. Okay. Let me reboot this real quick like that. So who's that? That's fine. Get the student. Okay, let's share the screen. Video. This should be here. Yeah, so basically what it is, I'm needing to monitor like my stream because it on my end is showing that it's pushing the image, but then when I watch the stream, the image isn't going through. So I have to monitor as I go. And it looks like it's working now. So we're gonna go with it. Okay. Come on. I think it's okay. I still haven't gotten confirmation. Oh, come on. Let me see if the audio is still working. Okay. I think it's okay. I still haven't gotten. Yeah, I don't understand why. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, it doesn't look like the image is pushing. Let me scrap that. Let me scrap that. Let me scrap that. Let me just start this over again. Stop the share. Let's try it again. And it's like, if you guys don't say anything, then I don't know that it's not pushing through. So I have to kind of keep pinging like this until I can see it. Let's see if it works this time. Let's try it again. Testing, testing. And it's like, if you guys don't say anything, then I don't know that it's not pushing through. So kind of keep pinging. Okay, all right, that's good enough. I can see it now. Okay. So find the equation on the line that contains the given point and is parallel to the given line, okay? Write the equation in slope-intercept form if possible. Yes, let's do this one. Let's talk about this. So let's get a copy of it. We're gonna go from here, like this, like that. Okay, let's hit done, copy and delete. We're gonna drop it. And I think the culprit is really really notability. I think that's the main. It's okay. Yeah, 3 p.m. Let's paste the image. Allow. Come on. Okay. Any equation line that contains the given point is parallel to the given line. So whenever we're talking about parallel, perpendicular, or neither, parallel lines are lines that have the same slope. Perpendicular lines, the product of the slopes equals -1, or the slopes are negative reciprocals. That's another way you can articulate it. And then if it's neither of those, then it's neither. So if we're working with lines, with my 9 a.m., I kind of went through some details there. So I usually like to work with y equals mx plus b, and we'll flow to other ones as needed. Find the equation line that contains the given point and is parallel to the given line. Okay. So we want a line that has the same slope as the given line. Okay, so we're given that y equals 5, so we have a flat horizontal line. And if it's going to be parallel, that means ours is also going to be flat and horizontal. So it's just going to be y equals -4. Right? Slope is 0. It's just going to be y equals -4. Y equals -4. Okay, next. The equation of two lines are given. Determine the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Okay, so x equals -4 is a vertical line through x equals 4. Y equals -4 is a horizontal line through y equals -4. Vertical lines are perpendicular to horizontal lines. So I'm just going to use that. I'm going to go perpendicular. Okay. The equations of two lines are given. Determine if the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So basically, it's asking us to compare, contrast, or slope. So it's asking us to find the slope of each line and then interpret the results. I'll check on you guys in Zoom. Okay, so let's get a screenshot. So all we're going to do is find the slope and compare and contrast the slope. Okay. Done. Copy and delete. Here. Let's switch it to like this and paste. Allow the paste. Come on. Okay. So from the first one, the first equation, so if we have -6x minus 3y equals -8, we're going to solve for y. I'm going to add the 3 and add the 8. I'll get 3y equals -6x plus 8, okay? Divide both sides by 3, y equals -2x plus 8 over 3, okay? So then the slope of line 1 is -2. Okay. So then from equation 2, we have this 2x minus 8y equals 1. So I'm going to add the 8 and subtract the 1. 8y equals 2x minus 1. Divide both sides by 8. Y equals 1/4 x minus 1/8. Okay. So then the slope of line 2 is 1/4. So 1/4 is not the same as -2, nor is it the negative reciprocal. So then these lines are neither parallel nor perpendicular. These are neither. So I'm going to go neither next. Okay. Let's see. Check on you guys. So it says the cost of a $10 flat fee to rent a power drill plus, thank you, stop. Plus $3 a day starting with the first day. Let X represent the number of days rented, so Y represents the charge to the user in dollars. Write an equation in the form of Y equals MX plus B that represents the situation. So the flat fee is like your y-intercept, and then $3 per day. So then that's going to be 3x plus 10, right? And if you think about it, a flat fee, so like if it's day 0, you pay $10 to get started. After one day, you add $3, right? So you're at 13, and then yada, yada, yada. So when x is 0, type in ordered pair. So we're going to do 0, 10, 0, 10. Okay. Next. All right. So in order for this relation to be a function, like if you were to plot these order pairs, they would have to pass the vertical line test. So in other words, you don't have one x corresponding to two different y's. The way that would show up here is, I call it a split, right? If it splits, like one value on the left maps to two different values on the right, then that's not a function. A merge is okay, and it can still be a function. So this is an example of something I call a merge, right? You have two different x values going to the same y, that's okay. So this is a function. So is this going to be a function? We're going to say yes. The domain is going to be a set of inputs, so it's 2, 4, 6. So 2, 4, 6. The range is a set of outputs, 11 and 18. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, I'll take it. I saw. Let me log it. I had a student get on my live. That's rare because I usually am not monitoring my live on YouTube, but I'll take it. If I can find them. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, lucky. Cool, I got him, coach. That's fine. Okay, determine whether the equation defines y as a function of x. Yeah, this is the reciprocal function, right? It's going to pass the vertical line test. So you're not going to be able to find anywhere where you can draw a vertical line and it touches the graph more than once. So does the equation define y as a function of x? We're going to say yes. It passed. If you look at the graph, it actually passed the vertical line test. The domain, right? So for a rational function, in general, the domain is all reals except, we're almost done, except any x that makes the denominator 0. So in this case, it's going to be everything except -4, and it's captured in B. Okay, we're going to go with that. Let me check on you guys in Zoom. And that's so funny because, there was a student, I was like, I usually have this one student that's always there. I was like, where is he? Is he okay? And lo and behold, he still found a way to send a message. I was like, cool, that works for me, right? I think this is going to be my last one. I don't have anybody in my session, so I'm going to go ahead and let this be the last one. Find the domain of the function. Okay, so there's two things that we have to fuse here. Not only can we not divide by 0, but we also cannot take the square root of a negative, right? So that x minus 7 normally has to be greater than or equal to 0, but because it's in the denominator, we can't be equal to 0. So that radicand has to be strictly greater than 0. So that if we have x minus 7 is strictly greater than 0, then x has to be strictly greater than 7. So then that means we're talking about 7 to infinity with parentheses. Okay, I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to hit next. So we got 17, 18, 19, 20. So we got through 16, all right? So I'm going to submit this. Submit the test. That's fine. We did, it looks like maybe 4 or 5. I think whatever we did, we got right. We did a lot. But yeah, looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Yeah, we started at 7, we stopped at 16. So I don't have anybody in my session, so it's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of anything that I was writing available for all my students. I'm going to send it to Box, College Algebra 1, send to Box. When this bar finishes loading, you'll receive a copy. And this is just for anybody if you catch it, if you catch the stream or whatever. Hopefully everyone has wonderful, joyous, safe holiday. They can maximize their time with their loved ones. Since there aren't any burning questions, we're actually going to end the session here. And from one beautiful mind to another, happy holidays, guys. Take care. Peace.